Hi, Brody. It's a baby Brody. It's a baby Brody. He's laying in his mommy's lap. Oh, he's just a baby. He's just a tiny little baby. He's a giant fluffy dog. Brody, Brody, are you a baby? Are you a baby? You mommy's baby? Are you just a little puppy? No, you're not. Monday, February 6th, 2023. I'm Larissa. This is Brody. With Brody. Yeah. With Brody in my lap. He's sitting in my lap because he's just a baby. You're just a baby? Are you? No, you're not. You're not. You're a big boy. Yes, you are. You're a big boy. You having troubles? You having some troubles adjusting, huh? You having some troubles adjusting? Oh, the cuteness. The cuteness. Hey, cuteness. He's so handsome. He's so handsome. You handsomest boy? Are you handsomest boy? Are you? You handsomest boy? Oh, you are. You mama's boy? You having troubles? Is Brody having troubles? He is. He's having some troubles. He's having some troubles adjusting. Mm, he is. So, he gets really... Oh, I got my skull over here. He gets really, really upset about, me being gone. All right? Resting my skull here on his fluffy butt. Yeah, so he gets really, really upset about me being gone, all day. And it got better. It got better. The pee-peeing on the floor has stopped since I took him in. He's been in with me twice, right? First time I took him in, that's when the pee-peeing stopped. Because he's like, oh, I see where you're going now. I see where you're going. And it's not bad, right, So then the pee-peeing stopped. But there's still, like, anxiety and moping and just despondence, right? Because I'm gone. Well, he's not used to being around people. And he's not mean at all. Like, he's not mean. There's only a couple people he has ever not liked. Well, there's two people. There's two people that he has not liked. One was a little girl who came here to the Kitty Pants Ranch when I was first trying to have my business here out of the Kitty Pants Ranch, and I was looking for a studio assistant, right? I was looking for a studio assistant, and I went to the high schools, and this high school teacher brings me this, she's like, oh, I got a little girl for you. Well, I guess it was her kind of joke because this little girl was bad news, right? And then tried to hit me with a car, right? Anyway, Brody didn't like her, and so I wasn't going to give her the job just based on the interview by itself. But then when Brody didn't like her, I was like, big problem. So how did I know? Because he did a little creepy up on her, like she thought he was being shy, but he wasn't. He was looking to flip her over. So I was a little nervous. And he could have flipped her over real easy because she didn't weigh much. She didn't weigh much. She maybe weighed 95 pounds. So he didn't like her, and then the one UPS guy. Brody, you don't like Rick, the UPS guy. You don't like him. You don't like Rick. He's like, why are we talking about this? You know I don't like Rick. I don't know why. I had no problem with Rick. Brody didn't like him. Didn't like him. And he has a conniption anytime he drives down the street. I always know when it's Rick. I can tell because Brody has a special bark. But out here, Brody, he lets us know whenever there's anybody even going down the street, right? He's like, woof, 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 woof. And he's having trouble adjusting to just letting people walk by without, alerting me. And he hasn't done any growly, snarly. There hasn't been any alarm barking. It's just, hey, there's somebody out there. Hey, and he thinks everybody wants to pet him. And so, like, he's barking, but his tail's wagging. But people outside don't know that, right? I'm not open yet, right? And I've only taken him down there twice because I just want to see if he can come in. And I don't want to bring him in every day because part of the reason I got workspace outside of the house is because he keeps me from working, right? Like, he has to stick his nose in the middle of everything and needs attention in the middle of everything. And I can't get anything done because, he's a pimple on my ass. So I don't want him there every day anyway. But I thought, maybe once a week he can come in with me just to, you know, quell his anxieties. Quell his anxieties. Like, probably come in with me on my by appointment days. Not open to the public days. Anyway. Took him in yesterday, and he was having some troubles. He was having troubles. Anytime anybody walked by, he was like, woof! I was like, shh, you don't need to do that here. I told him, I said, you only need to let mommy know if somebody's a bad person, and then he doesn't bark, right? If he's coming after you, he's not barking at you, right? It's not the way border collies are. If there's a border collie who's creeping up, doing a belly crawl, like almost at you, with their head down and their ears just kind of like pointed in, not saying nothing, just coming at you, looking at you like I'm being shy, that's when you know border collie's attacking you. That's when you should be scared, not when the border collie's barking. I knew he wasn't going to attack Rick. Oh no, that first time I thought maybe he would. That's why I brought him in the house. But now he just barks. He's like, I don't like people coming down my street. But that little girl, I thought he was going to flip her. And she was all bent over. She's like, here, doggy, doggy. I'm like, oh man, if he gets up too close to you, he is just going to flip you over his back. I was glad. Glad when they left. Then she tried to hit me with a car. Oh my God. Yeah. She was running with some hooligans. When I was a kid, never did shit like that. We never hurt people. Never ever. We never hurt people. The only person we ever did anything even remotely criminal towards was this girl Mary Gundy, who spread rumors about us, me and my friend. She spread rumors. We weren't the only ones. She spread rumors about a whole bunch of people, and a whole bunch of people were happy because she stopped. She stopped after we did that. And we didn't even do anything real nasty. She had this old beater of a car that was like, peeling paint and everything already. And her dad was a county sheriff. Anyway, we went out and we wore masks, Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon masks. And we egged her car and then poured honey on it and then slapped bologna on it and then wrapped it in saran wrap, two packages of saran wrap. And that's what we did to her. She spread lies about us. And her brother told us that her dad told her she had it coming. That's what her brother told us. Oh yeah, my dad said, oh, you had it coming. She did. She totally had it coming. High school weekend beer swilling, football team screwing cheerleader. That's what she was. Yeah. Spreading rumors, telling people we were gay. Jeez, even if it were true, it'd be a shitty thing to out somebody, but it wasn't true. That wasn't the only thing she spread. She spread all kinds of rumors. She was the same time she was spreading rumors that we were gay. She was spreading rumors that I was sleeping with all these people. I was just like, no, I'm not. So everybody thought I was sleeping with everybody. Oh yeah, because I had so much time on my hands to be sleeping with so many people. Oh my God. high school, but that's like the closest. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. We used to do these things called Chinese fire drills. There were a couple really, really, really long red lights. There were a couple of them. We would just sit there and sit there and sit there. So we'd get out, we'd get up at those lights, and then we'd open the doors of the car and run around the car until until the light turned green, and then we'd get in the car and drive off. Really dangerous. But that's like the extent of my hooliganism. People would stop and be like, "What is going on?" You're running around the car in a circle. The rule was the driver had to call the fire drill. You weren't allowed to call the fire drill if you were a passenger. You had to be the driver. I don't know why it was called a Chinese fire drill. And we called it a Chinese fire drill. I don't know why. I don't know what made it Chinese. I don't know. I have no idea. Ridiculousness. Ridiculousness. But it never like hurt people. I don't understand that. Never stole anything. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. No. Never stole anything. Never cheated on a test or on a paper. Nope. Never. Nope. Never plagiarized. Nope. I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't a bad kid at all. But there's only two people that Brody hasn't liked. It's that little girl tried to hit me with a car, and the one UPS guy. But he's very protective of me. He is. He's very protective. And he doesn't like people getting close to me. So he makes a big racket. So, I don't know. We'll see. Brody, you having troubles? Brody. Brody. Hey. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey, mister. Hey, is this your tail? Do I have your tail? Oh, buddy. Are you sad about Mommy being gone so much now? Does it make you sad? Don't worry. I will not put you on Prozac. No, I won't. You'll get over it. You'll get over it. Mommy comes home. The vet actually said to me, give him some Prozac. I'm like, no. No, I'm not giving my dog Prozac. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. No. Prozac is awful. It impairs your vision and makes you fat. Yeah. Oh, you're depressed? Here, take this. Then you won't be able to see what's making you depressed, and you'll get fat. You won't be able to move around. Nobody will be bothered by your depression anymore. No. No way. No way. So, it's all been exciting stuff. I'm able to accept credit cards now. So I'm ready to do business. I am. I'm now ready to do business. I'm still waiting on my business cards. They're supposed to arrive this week. My business cards. My business cards. I don't know. Is it even like worth getting them? I didn't order that many of them. I didn't order that many because it's just like, I get business cards and I so rarely look at them. So rarely. It's just like an interaction to have with another person. Like I remember that more than I remember the card itself. I still haven't decided on the alarm system, on the ADT. And it's not that I'm without security. I do have security. I do. Just, do I want to go with a company? They'll call the police for me if I push a button. Because I can't call the police. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's easier to just push a button. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. They said they'd pay my deductible if we got broken into. I had to pay any damages. I don't know. Anyway. Homer's in there, washing dishes from dinner last night, listening to surf music. Is that Dick Dale? Oh, it's the Ventures. The Ventures. Dick Dale from Petaluma. He died not too long ago, under a decade ago, right? Was it 10 years ago now? 8 years ago? 5 years ago? How long ago? It was not that long ago. Dick Dale died. Dick Dale died. Dick Laurent is dead. I don't know if you David Lynch fans out there. David Lynchy Lynch. Oh, David Lynch. Lynchy Sminchy. What's he up to these days? I want to know. I want to know. David Lynch. Yeah. Ordered myself a sandwich board. Because I need one. Yeah. Ordered myself a nice big sandwich board. That I can put messages on. Like I'll have art quote of the day. It'll be ridiculousness. Question of the day. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? The world may never know. Tootsie Roll candy, all a chocolatey chew. Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. Tootsie Rolls, not even chocolate. What's the matter, buddy? Something happening? Something happening out there? Something happening? What's happening, Woof? What's the matter? There are turkeys out there. Is it turkeys? Oh my goodness, it's turkeys. Are there turkeys? You turkeys. What are you telling the turkeys, buddy? Oh, leave the turkeys alone. Let's see, he's used to just being allowed to do that. And he's a dog. Like, I don't believe in punishing an animal for being its natural self, right? We live in the woods. He hears and smells and sees things that we don't hear, smell, and see. And so, you know, I just let him bark. I do. Because it's not like he does it constantly. Right? I don't like being told I have to be quiet all the time. So, I don't know. It's just not conducive to business, if he goes and visits with me at work and then barks. And he's a big dog, and some people are afraid of dogs and don't know the difference between friendly bark and mean bark. It's interesting, with other dogs, he doesn't really bark. Not unless he's asking them to play. Like there's this gal sometimes that walks her dog down the street. He barks at that dog, but he wants to play with that dog. They're about the same size, you know. Never really seen him play with a dog. He herds them. Anytime I've taken him to the dog park, he tries to herd the other dogs. Pit bulls don't know what to do. They're like, don't you know we're pit bulls? And he's like, don't you know I'm a border collie? Yeah, pit bull was like, what is this dog? What is this dog that has no fear of me? That's a border collie. They fight wolves. Oh my goodness. Kings of Sack got their sack spanked again last night, huh? They got their sack spanked by the Smellicans. Oh my goodness. Was it like 96 to 102 or something? Or 112? It was like it was a big loss. I was like, oh my goodness, Kings of Sack, what's going on? What's going on? Somebody get neutered. What happened? What happened to your scrotes? I don't even know. Mike Brown with his shiny head. Mike Brown with his shiny head and his clear glasses. What's going on, Mike Brown? Mean Mike Brown, meanest man in the whole damn town? Losing some of your bite? I don't even know. What'd they do? Did you chip your canines? What happened? What's going on, Saboner? Having trouble throwing down? Is that Brandon Ingram's back, I guess, huh? That Brandon Ingram's back. Oh, yeah. He had that stroke in his arm. I was like, oh my goodness gracious, he's going to lose the use of his arm. That's a serious thing, right? Knew this gal, she had a stroke in her spine, in her spine and the lower back, right? She was having trouble walking. She couldn't walk. He had a stroke in his arm. He wasn't going to be able to do nothing. Oh my gosh. I sent him Reiki. I did. I sent you Reiki, Brandon. I did. I was glad for you when you were able to start playing again and your arm wasn't hurting no more. How'd you get a stroke in your arm? Where'd that blood clot come from? How'd you have that stroke? What was going on? Did you have trauma? What happened? What happened? Is it genetic? Does people in your family have that? I don't even know. Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram with his long curly eyelashes. He does. He has long curly eyelashes. They get close-ups of him and he's always like in the basketballs. Luka's got a hurt ankle, right? I see that. And Aaron Gordon's got a hurt ankle. Oh, of course, Steph's got his hurt leg. Wonder if he'll be playing tonight. I don't know. There's a tendon right there where he got hit, where he got kneed in the side of the leg. There's a tendon that attaches right there. It's a muscle grouping, major muscle grouping. The outside muscle grouping on the calf. It attaches there, and then on the front of the foot, right? The top of the front of the foot. And the way his leg was extended and the way his foot was like bent, like that muscle was stretched taut, right, across that. And he got kneed while that was stretched like that. I was like, ooh, could just be a Charlie horse, but it could be something else. I will say if he's playing again tonight or not. I don't know. Yeah, I sent some Reiki that way, but you know, the thing about Reiki is it does not go to anyone who, or any being that is not open to receiving. So if you're not open to it, that's the wonderful thing about Reiki. If you're not open to it, it just goes back to the Reiki source, right? Reiki, the highest good. Reiki, universal life force energy. Reiki. Universal life force energy. Reiki. Choku-rei. Sending the energy here by command of the king. Choku-rei, that's what that means. Watched some more Haka last night. That's fun stuff. It is. And they do the, I see like different yoga asana in there. Ardha Svanasthani asana, horse, right? Horseman pose. Bent knees like that. Yeah. And they hit at the base of their of the forearms, right? And they smack on there. It's where muscles connect to the elbows, right? A shield. They smack on their thighs and their quads. Look at my strong legs. Look at my strong arms. This is my war face. That's fun to watch. Human beings are interesting, aren't they? Interesting animals. Frequently mean. I don't know. I'm still having spasms in my back. I am. It might be from carrying that mirror. It was heavy. It was. I picked it up and I carried it. And so I'm having spasms in my back from carrying that mirror. Hmm. Anyway. Saw there was a terrible, terrible earthquake in Turkey. There's thousands of people that are dead. Struck in an area that's already war-torn. I woke up early this morning. I wonder if it happened around then, because I frequently wake up at times when there's something like that happening, right? I know, it sounds weird, but I do. Like I frequently wake up just before it starts to rain. I wake up just before earthquakes. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I like the animals. I can sense, my body senses them. I don't know. It's terrible. All those people in a place that was already so troubled. Big one too. I say 7.8 or something. It's huge. I don't know. Here in California, we haven't had any big ones since we've been out here. We felt a few. I think the biggest one that I have felt has been a 5.2 or 4.8. 4.8. That was up in Santa Rosa. We were up there. I remember we had just moved up to Santa Rosa for one of them. We were sitting on the couch. We were watching TV, and the street that we lived on was called Stony Point Road. It was out in the unincorporated area, and it was a real flat shot, and there were a lot of like trucks that came down that road frequently taking out farm equipment. It was real rural, real rural out where we were. And it just sounded like there was a truck coming down the street. That's what it sounded like. I was like, oh, here comes another truck. That's all I thought. And then the floor, like as it got closer and closer, the rumble, like the house, it was like it was an S wave, sideways S wave. It was, woo, cats all ran. Yeah, it was nifty. Because there's the ones where the ground drops, and then there's the ones that roll. They're different. So I wonder where the epicenter was. I wonder what all's around the epicenter there in Turkey, huh? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one of these days the Golan Heights will sink after one of these earthquakes. The Golan Heights will sink, and then that oil that everybody's trying to get after, which is why they keep going after Syria. That's why Russia's going after why Russia's in there, because you can get into the Golan Heights to pump out that oil. It says it's the last oil reserve that's in the top strata of the Earth's crust that is known of. Right, everything else you have to drill real deep for, but Golan Heights, it's still in the spongy top layer of the Earth's crust. That's why everybody's fighting over it. That's why everybody wants Syria, because you can get in the back door, right, back way. Maybe one of these quakes will make Golan Heights sink into the ground, and then it'll be a moot point. Everybody will stop fighting over it when it's all broken up and doesn't have anything anybody needs anymore or wants anymore. Russia's greedy. Greedy, greedy. Greedy, greedy. Russia, Russia. Greedy, Russia. Greedy, greedy.